Reader listener email. All right. A nigga from Los Angeles writes the BossMack. He say, BossMack, I love what you doing with the pod. I've been tapped in for the last 3 years. I appreciate the game. I'm a 35-year-old nigga out here getting to the chili as a refinery operator. I have 2 bitches in rotation. I have a main bitch, a 32-year-old cargo traffic agent, and she braids hair. She's been on the team at least 2 years. And my newest bitch is a 47-year-old snow bitch that gets her issue as an attorney, and she is the owner of multiple apartment complexes and some commercial properties. She has been on a team for 3 months. Here is my situation. I did 7 years in prison and was released 2 years ago. To keep it a buck, I was listening to your podcast in prison. I got out and came up on the job that I have now. I currently live with my G-moms. Soon after I got out, I connected with my main bitch. We have had our ups and downs and whatnot, but my issue is with my new bitch. I caught my new bitch in Newport Beach at a coffee shop. Since I got out of prison, I like to do excursions to places that's away from the trenches. To places I like to do excursions away from the trenches and vibe and take in situations that put my soul at ease. I struck up a conversation with the snow bitch at this coffee shop, and the next thing you know, she was taking me to all these little ducked off restaurants and art galleries and shit. The twist with this bitch is that she is married. However, her husband has ALS and he is on the way out of here. He can't do nothing right now. He can't walk or talk. On everything, he is out here hoping that Elon come through with some Neuralink shit for him. Now, I know your position on married bitches. However, this bitch says she has her husband's blessing to get side dick if she needs it. Also, a bonus issue. I have been looking for an apartment and I fucked around and let the snow bitch find out about that. So a bitch offered to let me move into a condo that she has in Costa Mesa. The normal rent for the spot is $4,500 a month. She's gonna let me get it for $1,500 a month. And she don't care about being the side bitch. And she's down to let me do this. What is your thoughts on this? Hit the like button for this guy. How does he have his blessing if he can't talk? Well, motherfuckers can communicate different kind of ways, man. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers be blinking and shit, and you know, um, you know. And then maybe he let her know before as a motherfucker is declining, he might have let her know, he might have let her know some of them things, you know what I'm saying? I can't do this no more, I can't do that no more, but it's possible and shit, you feel me? But anyway, the Boss Mac does not advise any men to fuck with married bitches at all. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like it's bad luck from God. That's just my opinion. You know what I'm saying? But fuck what I'm talking about. You got to do what's best for you. But as far as me, I'm not never doing no vibe. Me personally, I'm never fucking with married bitches. Once I find out a bitch is married, I'm not fucking with her. You know what I'm saying? You know. But fuck what I'm talking about. You got to do what's best for you. Now, also, a bitch letting you move into her shit and not caring. I mean, how much dick do you have to deliver for that? You know what I'm saying? You kind of, I don't like never living under a bitch. Even if it's even if the cage is golden, I don't, you know what I'm saying? The cage is golden. You know what I'm saying? You're in Costa Mesa. You know what I'm saying? It's a beautiful environment. You get out the trenches, get away from G-Mom's house. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what that's like for you. You know what I'm saying? But me personally, I would like to be keeping a close eye on G-Moms to make sure she good. You know what I'm saying? But I get it. Niggas want to be in their own shit. You know what I'm saying? And living good and shit. You know what I'm saying? But I don't like being under the tyranny of a bitch at all. You know what I'm saying? Because, I mean, if shit go left, I mean, I'm quite sure you can always go back to G-Moms and shit. You know what I'm saying? But, I don't like being under the tyranny of a bitch. I just don't like that at all. You know what I'm saying? Who is that? Yo, BossMack, where my rents? I master self. I don't never remember you asking me for one, my nigga. I didn't know you was I didn't know you was coming around that much to where you would be in value of that. You know what I'm saying? She's time to ante up. She's leading him from top. She's leading him, taking him to all those different ducked off restaurants onward. I mean, we know what it is. We know what it is. You know what I'm saying? It's you enliven a bitch. You know what I'm saying? A nigga isn't, she's getting, a nigga was in prison, so a nigga got some, you got some pent up energy from being in prison. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you was in there, not doing a whole lot of sexual shit. If you was in there on some restraint because you're around all men. You know what I'm saying? So you come out with that penitentiary glow. You know what I'm saying? Bitches be wanting to siphon off that energy. You know what I'm saying? And her man is dying. You know what I'm saying? And, you out there moving around in her environment, you know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing like having some high quality black dick on the team, you know what I'm saying? You know, we always have to be mindful of a bitch getting us for our energy, you know what I'm saying? And you know, shit, man. That's a win for the bitch. If you was to live in her condo, that's a win for the bitch because she getting you to, you know, she taking an L, you know, what, 3 bands L, you know what I'm saying? But she's getting high quality dick on deck, you know what I'm saying? She gonna be able to pull up at least once or twice a week and get her issue from you, you know what I'm saying? And it's going and it's going into a black hole, you know what I'm saying? Because you know what I'm saying, she could just fuck, she could just really get her lascivious, she could really get her lascivious prurient libidinous, she could just get all her issue, you know what I'm saying? You know, and she don't mind being a side bitch, but she gonna have leverages over you, you know what I'm saying? And I never like being under the tyranny of a bitch at all. But I get it, man. You coming out of prison, you know, you live in the trenches, you know, Costa Mesa is so beautiful, you know what I'm saying? Right down at the beach is like Huntington Beach is like right down there. You know what I'm saying? There's other snow in the area, you know what I'm saying? When you bring your bitches out there, they're gonna be like, oh my God, you doing it big and shit. You know what I'm saying? But if you ever have to check the snow though, man, it could go left. If you have to check her because she, you know, she getting beside herself, it could go left. And you out there in Costa, mate. I never like being under the thumb of a bitch. And I feel like married, you know, and then also a bitch say, then we have to think this too. A bitch say she have her husband blessing, but really we gotta, you know, how do we know for sure? 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 She could just be saying that. You know what I'm saying? How do we know for sure? I feel like niggas get cursed by God for fucking with married bitches, man. You don't wanna, I feel like, you know, it seemed good, but I feel like you don't want to risk, you know, it could, I don't like that. You know what I'm saying? I don't, you know. See, I have unpopular, my opinions don't be popular. You know what I'm saying? I be on some, I know it don't sound like I have popular opinion. My shit is against you know, I'm always, I just feel like even though you want to get your own apartment with your own energies, you know what I'm saying? And you know, you just have more leverages, you know what I'm saying? You know, you can still have the bitch, but you can have more leverages to check her easy. It's easier to check her. You know what I'm saying? You might want to put a bitch on. What if she get on your nerves some type of way? You want to put a bitch on punishment. You know what I'm saying? you know? Because, I mean, I find that no matter what, even with the nicest and the most feminine bitches, you know what I'm saying? You always end up, listen, man, I have never, now maybe some of y'all niggas have experienced this, but there has never been a situation where I did not have to check a bitch. You know what I'm saying? Every bitch that I've ever dealt with at a certain point in time, I gotta check a bitch. You know what I'm saying? It's never, I have never, now maybe some of y'all niggas have dealt with bitches and y'all didn't have to never check a bitch. I personally don't see how that's possible. Every bitch that I have ever fucked with, I've had to do some type of disciplinary action. You know what I mean? Or you know what I mean? So you gonna have to check a bitch. And if you under her thumb, it's just, you know what I'm saying, you lose your leverages. You know what I'm saying? You lose your leverages. You know, you might wanna put a bitch on timeout for 2 months. You know what I'm saying? You might not want to have no interaction with a bitch for 2 months. Bitch, what did you say? Oh, I need to do a demo now. See, and that's another thing too, man. I just find, like, I always notice, like, no matter what, things could be just great with a bitch. Things could be great. Things could be great. It could have been 3 months of peace and tranquility with a bitch, right? And then I'm in great spirits. I'm going to hang out with a bitch. We got plans. It's a beautiful night. We supposed to go eat. We supposed to do this. We supposed to do that. And then a bitch just go left on a nigga. Out of nowhere, it was gonna be a good night. You know what I'm saying? I was looking forward to hanging out with a bitch. You know what I'm saying? In my heart, I felt love. I'm like, damn, I had been, and that shit be happening when a nigga might. Check this out. I'm always wary of this. Like, look at this. Watch this right here. A nigga might have, like, I'm always aware of this right here. Look, a nigga might have a illuminated feeling, like, on the way to hang out with a bitch. I might be like, you know what? This is really a cool bitch, man. This bitch has been really cool. Man, this is a solid bitch. I like this bitch. And then I had to catch myself, like, when I feel them type of thoughts like that, I'd be like, okay, something bad about to happen. As soon as I feel like an optimistic, something like that, something bad about to happen. And sure enough, shit go left that night. The bitch started an argument about some stupid shit. I gotta check a bitch, and the shit get out of control. And then I gotta be like, bitch, let me take you home, bitch. Let me drop you off at the house. Bitch, you on punishment. And then in my mind, I'm like, I ain't fucking with this bitch no more. And then like 2-3 weeks down the line, I reconcile with a bitch. Now, if you under a bitch's thumb, can you really check a bitch? I don't want to talk to you no more, bitch. I be like, I might be on that, bitch. I want you to look into the abyss of I'm not fucking with you no more. Based off of the bullshit you just said, I don't want to fuck with you no more. And I want a bitch to look into the abyss. And a bitch is going to have to really catch me somewhere, trick me into talking to bitch got to really put in some work to initiate some conversation with me to get back in my good graces after that bullshit she did. Can you do that if you living under a bitch's tyranny? Always have your own shit. Hit the like button. A bitch gonna hit you with a left hook when a nigga bull and bomb and Belective. Oh, man. Take your balls out the purse. I like that. Take your balls out the purse. Just like a child that can't discipline, a man. It's inevitable. See, that's the cold part of the game. It's inevitable that you're gonna have to check a bitch. It's inevitable. It's inevitable. Look at the motherfucking cat. This bitch was outside all night. This is the first time that bitch did that. She looked like she done got fucked. She probably got fucked. She probably went out and got some dick. And she can't have kids. She laying around like she done got some dick last night. Cat. You did, huh?